friends. It's actually almost noon already. The peas are done and they're actually starting to turn brown. I've already cut down some of them last week and gave them to the chickens. So I'm going to get these cut down, all of the rest of these, and I'll take them over to the chickens. And then we'll do a little bit of a tour. And my cucumbers, I was just noticing my cucumbers, they definitely are looking wilty. They need a drink. So I don't know if I should water them now or wait. But anyway, let's do this first. So I got this bunch of pea vines. I'll take over to the chickens. Already done my chores this morning, so they're already out. I've been dealing with stuff on the computer. That's always so much fun. No, I've gotten a message that my blood results were in for my thyroid. I told you in my last video I had a doctor's appointment, and I was trying to get on the portal to see the results, and I was having difficulty, but I was finally able to get on, and my TSH is too high. So I'm gonna have to go on a stronger dose of medicine, which really stinks. Really did not want to have to do that. But what can you do? They come running. Hurley's been getting kind of cocky with me lately. He's like bristled up at me and pecked at my boot. The last couple of times I went in there this morning, he pecked my boot and I kicked him. I kicked him across the yard. I told him, don't do that. Like, you gotta show him who's boss. There's only 9 out here. There's probably one in there laying an egg. One of you all, I'll give you a little chicken cat update. One of you all had said, when I first mentioned I was trying to tame her down and that she was starting to let me pet her and stuff, had said if I could get her tame enough, then I could take her to get her spayed. And unfortunately, that didn't happen fast enough, because less than a week ago, I think it was last Thursday, she had kittens. She had 3. There she is. She originally, I think, had them underneath that doghouse over there, but then she has since moved them into the chicken house. I'll see if I can go in and get a picture of them, because I don't want the chickens in there bugging me, but they're out here preoccupied, so maybe I can go in and get a picture of her kittens. But if I can't, Olivia took a picture of them the other day. There they are. Oh, they're so cute. Oh my goodness. They're so cute. This is the first really good look at them I've had. But, yeah, she had 3. Oh, look at them. They're so adorable. Oh, no. Am I going to have a whole barnyard full of cats now? They're so sweet and so healthy. She's a good mama. Now, why she brought him in here into the chicken house, I don't know, but she is a chicken cat, you know. I am almost positive she did not give birth to them in here, but we have to make sure now, that chicken cat is locked in here at night. Always before we had to make sure she didn't get locked in here at night, but now we have to make sure she does get locked in here at night, so her poor kittens don't get starved to death or whatever. But yeah, they're super cute kittens, and yeah, we got that now. So now my plans are to keep taming her, and if she ever gets to the point where I can actually like physically pick her up, then I will take her and get her spayed. Scott and I both agreed that that needs to happen, even though we really don't have the funds to take on a bunch of cats now. I'm hoping that we can tame her kittens, and then we can either find them homes or spay and neuter them as well, and then break the cycle. Barn cats are beneficial. I'm glad we have her to keep the rodent population down, but they breed almost as bad as rabbits, and we don't need a bunch of cats. We don't need a herd of cats. So anyway, I do agree she needs to be spayed, but up until a couple of months ago, I wasn't even able to touch her. So I was really hoping that she had been successful at avoiding the tomcats, because she spent so much time up there on top of that roof of there, or up into the tree and inside of the fence. And I thought, well, maybe she's just trying to hide from the tomcats, but unfortunately, obviously, she was not successful at avoiding them. And now we have 3 kittens. They're awfully cute. I'm gonna get attached, I already know. So let's go do a update on the vegetables garden, now that I gave you an update on little Miss Floozy there. And loudmouth with a cocky attitude. So here is the big garden, as I call it, although it's actually a small garden in comparison to a lot of people. But those are our black-eyed peas. They are doing fantastic. This fencing that my brother-in-law put up has done the trick. We've not had any critter damage at all. We've got one short row of green beans because there are very few people in the family who like fresh green beans. So Becky just planted about half a row, and then the rest is black-eyed peas, and everybody in the family loves black-eyed peas. So I'm hoping they do, hoping they bear a lot. Next year we may have to plant even more because everybody loves them so much. Our tomato plants are doing great. No signs of blight or anything. And they do have tomatoes on them, but they're still green, obviously. And our zucchini died. We tried everything, and they just died. It had to have been some sort of a disease or an insect. Now, it looks like there might be a little bit of life in them, but yeah, I don't think so. I don't think they're doing good at all. The shade cloth was because I had read that it might have been too much sun and too much heat. That didn't really seem to help them. So I don't know. But our green peppers are doing good. I see a little green pepper on there. This is our winter squash plant, and it's doing great. Look at that. It's got at least 2 great big butternut squash on there. And then our cucumbers are doing fantastic as well. In fact, I see at least one that's ready to pick. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my camera down, and I'm gonna pick some cucumbers, and then I'll take you back over to my house and show you what's going on over there. The potato patch is doing okay. It's very weedy. We've had some rainy weather here in July, and very hot and humid, and there was like no weeds in this patch at all, and then all of a sudden it just, like overnight, it seemed like it went crazy. And then during the week of Bible school, I didn't have time to even look at the garden, and during that week we got a terrible infestation of potato beetles. I mean, terrible, like almost killed some of these plants. So on Saturday, Scott went, and although we hate using pesticides, we got some 7 dust, and you can see he sprinkled it. I think he needs to sprinkle it again because Obviously there's still some beetles out here, and then we also bought a container of organic insecticidal soap, and Olivia came out yesterday and sprayed the plants with that, and it's taken care of a lot of them, but you can definitely still see like right here, you can definitely still see those little boogers on there. So Scott needs to dose them again, I think, with that 7 dust. It'll be time to harvest these pretty soon. As soon as they stop blossoming and they start dying, we can start harvesting. But if these dumb potato beetles kill all the plants, we won't get very many potatoes off of them, because they're still producing, they're still growing their potatoes. As long as the plants are alive, they still grow potatoes. They add, get more potatoes, and the potatoes get bigger. So yeah, we definitely don't want insects ruining that. My cucumber plants are doing pretty good. I can see a couple in there that are ready to pick. They need a really good soaking of water. I was going to do that last night, but by the time I got done editing the video, it was already past 9 o'clock and it was getting dark out, so I didn't come out and water them. And I don't like to water them in the heat of the day, so I'll probably wait till I don't think I'll wait till tonight. I'll probably, in a couple hours, come out, like maybe 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and give these a really good drink of water. But I'm going to go ahead and pick that one cucumber I see. And I got 4 off of the plants over at the big garden. This is probably a really strange lunch, but this is what sounded good to me. I took several of those just picked cucumbers and cleaned them up and sliced them. This is corn on the cob that we had last night. We got some from the local farmer, and I just cut it off the cob. We also had roast chicken, so I took some of the chicken breast and diced it up. And then on here I put some of my hemp seeds, some of this mixed nuts, and some of this ranch, Primal Kitchen low carb ranch dressing, dairy free. This stuff is so good. Olivia don't like it, but that's good because I love it. And I'm gonna have an unsweetened pure leaf tea to go with it. So that is my lunch today. So I've got some work to do, and as you can see, I have resorted to covering the furniture with sheets because, sir, he sheds so bad. It's awful. He sheds and he drags sand in, and I figured the only way to preserve my furniture is to cover with sheets, and so I have to change the sheets like once a week. They did not get changed last week because guess why? Bible school. Anyway, I need to change them. I think I'm going to go ahead and clean the furniture again and freshen it. Before I put the sheets on, and it doesn't look great with the sheets on it, but the way I look at it is, if by chance we have someone stop over unexpectedly to visit, we can just rip the sheets off real quick, throw them down to the laundry, and they'll have a clean place to sit. Because no matter how hard I try and how often I keep up with it, it's always covered in dog hair. Now, we did buy a couple of brushes, and Olivia's been brushing him at least once a week, and that has definitely helped. I told her she needs to brush him more often because it is helping. He has been acting so weird today. He started acting weird last night, and we can't figure out what it is, but something outside scared him. And he's just been really nervous and anxious, and I went out this morning and I looked everywhere outside. I didn't see anything amiss, Olivia put him on a leash and took him out and let him sniff around. And when he got behind our garage and behind our camper, he acted really, really scared and didn't want to go back there. And come to find out, sometime yesterday, and it might have been in the evening, I don't really know for sure, my sister, who lives 2 doors down, saw 3 great big dogs running around in her backyard chasing her cats. So I'm thinking it was those dogs that scared him, but he's been acting so weird today. We keep telling him it's okay. It's okay. But he smelled them, obviously. And see, he's just on alert constantly. He just does not want to relax. It's okay, bud. Yes, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Poor baby. Bo, our outside dog, is completely relaxed. Little Miss is very relaxed. It's just this one. He got scared somehow, and he has not forgotten about it yet. Maybe he still smells them. I don't know. I haven't seen them, and I hope I don't. But so far, and everything, like I said, outside, my chickens and ducks and cats and everybody are okay. So I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. So I'm going to see if I can do something with this broken tripod. Scott was able to get the leg back on there, but it can only be in one position now. This is my cooker. I cooked the chicken in yesterday. It still needs to be washed. But anyway, I'm going to set the tripod up and get to cleaning my furniture. Like 99% of that is beagle hair. There's a little bit of a tissue that got torn up by one of the dogs. But the most remarkable thing about this pile of hair and debris is that Olivia thoroughly swept the living room just yesterday. And that is how much hair we got off that Oliver shed overnight, basically. to show you guys some changes I made in my decor since the last time I vlogged. I got 2 more of these floating shelves. I will link them in the description box below. They are not cheap, but they are so nice. Sometimes it's worth spending extra to get something that's of good quality, and it's just exactly what I wanted. This is the 3rd set I bought because they come in a set of 2, and I got the 2 that are there above my fireplace. I got those first, and then I got another set to put in my bedroom when we remodeled the bedroom. And then I got a 3rd set. I really was only kind of looking for 1 shelf. It was actually cheaper to buy the set than it was to buy individual, because I had this shelf. You recognize that shelf? That was here above my TV for years and years and years, but it's a small shelf. I didn't have a whole lot of room on it, and so I decided I wanted a bigger shelf. And I've got the same things on this shelf that was on the smaller shelf, but I was able to add some extra things. I put this up here to clear off my coffee table. I'm trying to get more, I like stuff. I am not a minimalist by any means, but I want to get my maximalist nature on the walls rather than on the furniture, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Like, instead of cluttering up the coffee table and other pieces of furniture that we use on a day-to-day basis, I will just put them on a shelf on the wall, and that way I can still enjoy them, but they're not in anybody's way and they're not bothering anybody. So I put those there, and then I put this little dachshund figurine that I had on this shelf as well. And then I decluttered this area. I had, if you remember, I had that basket with another basket sitting on top of it with all of this stuff on the basket, and it just looked too cluttered. I couldn't get into my cabinet because all of this was shifted over, and so I decluttered that, took it down to just basically the basics, and I put the other shelf over here, moved the decor that was on the baskets up here, and I took that mirror. There was a mirror there that had that chicken picture hanging on it. Took the mirror down, and I just leaned the chicken picture up on the shelf and moved it over here. And I really, really, really like the way that this whole area looks now, less cluttered, and I just really like shelves with stuff on it. So that was another area that I changed. And then over here I moved that basket up here, and then I was able to just set this whole arrangement on top of the basket, and so it elevated it up. Still has this table here, and I don't know, it just fills the space better, I think, with the stuff elevated up higher off of the table. Another change I made was I moved this cactus plant in here, and I put my aloe vera in on my plant stand. My aloe vera just was not doing well in here, so I changed it, and I think this plant will be happier, and my aloe will be happier in the other room. Other big change I made was here on my hutch, which I have designated my little village, and it just keeps growing, and I absolutely love it. I didn't really change a whole lot on these 2 shelves, except that I decluttered them and I expanded it out to include the top shelf now. Up here I had all my squirrel figurines, which those stayed because that's very much goes with the theme. And the dachshund figurines that I had up here, I moved to I took some of my favorite ones and I moved them to different parts of the house in different vignettes, like the one that's on the shelf above the TV, but then the rest of them I just stuck in my corner hutch for now, and they're there to use whenever I decide I want to use them. But yeah, I didn't get rid of them, I just stuck them in the corner hutch. And the 2 potted ferns, I had bought those to use at Bible school, and I kept them because I paid for them, and I think they look really great up here. And then that log with the chipmunks on it, I made that for Bible school, so I just put it up there. I moved this little house that I had made, I did a video on that, up to the top shelf. Now this is a cigar box. Olivia made that little mouse family for me for Christmas, and I have not had time or inspiration, mainly inspiration, to turn that cigar box into their little house. But that is going to be coming soon, probably not until the fall when the garden and stuff is done. But I keep looking for different ideas on Pinterest and stuff, so I'm getting some ideas on how to turn that cigar box into a little house for them. And then, like I said, I've got my squirrel collection. I love squirrel figurines and I collect them, and they're all over here. And so then what I was able to do, because I moved that up, those 2 up to the top shelf, then it opened up this second shelf a lot. And this is the other log that I had made for Bible school. I put that there, and then I just put my little deer family up here. And they were down here on the first shelf, right there where that cow and wagon is. That's where my little deer family was. And it was just super crowded and didn't look quite right. And I had to put the little fawns out here on the outside of the fence, as well as that little ox cart was out here on this side of the fence as well. And so I was able to move that on the inside of the fence. I cleared this off because I do sit here in the mornings, and this is where I put my cup of tea in the mornings and my drink, like my iced tea at night. And so I liked that a little less cluttered. And then the ladybug crossing, that was up here on this middle shelf as well. Moved it down here, and I've got the ladybugs going, and they're going over to the hotel, the little ladybug hotel, the Ladybug Arms. I did that in a DIY last fall, I think it was. And so yeah, just cleared it all off, and I think it looks really less cluttered and more intentional, not just like I shoved stuff in there because I didn't have any other place to put them. It looks more intentional now, and I do love my squirrel figurines up there. And like I said, I'm going to be doing a DIY on that. I will probably film it when the time comes. Oh, and then in that little fern, Olivia had made me that, crocheted that little bluebird with the nest and the baby bird, and there's eggs in there as well. And I just stuck it in that little pot there, and that looks super cute. She made that for me for Mother's Day. So I think that's the main changes here in the living room. I will show you one thing I did in the kitchen. So like I said, those floating shelves came in a set of 2, so I had Scott put the second one up above my kitchen window, and it's not really styled yet. I just kind of stuck stuff up there that I want to put up there and style in a better way, but right now they're just kind of sitting up there, not really styled. But that will happen. I haven't had a whole lot of inspiration on what to do with that shelf as of yet, so that's why things are kind of just stuck up there haphazardly at the moment. But for sure, when I get it all styled, I will share that in a video.
And this is where I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog today. I know it was only a one-day vlog, but I'm already past 30 minutes, and I figure if I did any more videoing tomorrow, this video would be an hour long. So I don't want to make it too long. I know a lot of you do like my longer videos, but I'm not sure if everybody does. So I try to keep them shorter once in a while, but it's really hard to do in a vlog format when you are recording what you do in a day. Those pictures that you just saw were just some snapshots of our spoiled rotten Oliver. He was begging food from Olivia, and I'm not exactly sure what he was doing with Scott, getting his undivided attention, that's for sure. Alright friends, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we will talk to you all later. Bye-bye friends.